Newspaper headlines: More rate rises ahead and Tina Turner is simply the best. The singer Tina Turner passed away on Tuesday at the age of 83. A number of Thursday's newspapers will honor her, including The Star. The phrase "simply the best" appears in the headline and is a reference to some of her most well-known lyrics. According to a headline from The Sun, Turner had an astonishing career spanning 6 decades and passed away at her home in Switzerland following a protracted illness. The Rolling Stones frontman Mick Jagger is quoted in the Mirror's headline as calling Turner an enormously talented performer, and claiming Turner sold 100 million records after becoming famous in the 1960s. This headline also focuses on the lyrics. The Times claims that ministers are on a collision course with the COVID-19 public inquiry. In response to the inquiry's chair's request for access to hundreds of potentially embarrassing WhatsApp messages between former Prime Minister Boris Johnson and 40 other individuals crucial to Britain's response to the pandemic, including current Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, the paper reports that the Cabinet Office is considering filing a legal challenge. Officials are said to be concerned that disclosing the texts would create a precedent wherein all correspondence from the government would thereafter be made public. The former Prime Minister has reportedly been brought to police over new charges of lockdown-breaking actions during the pandemic, and Mr. Sunak is now facing requests to revoke Mr. Johnson's resignation honours list, according to The Guardian. The list is nearing approval and could be published within weeks, according to the newspaper, but Labour, the Liberal Democrats, and some Conservatives believe the Prime Minister should intervene and halt the honours. According to the report, a further increase in interest rates will be necessary to combat ongoing inflation. It follows the release of data on Wednesday that showed inflation in April was 8.7%, lower than March but more than anticipated. The newspaper claims that homeowners in particular will be impacted by any increase, although it also notes that inflation is predicted to decline to 5% by the year's conclusion. The officer who led a disastrous Scotland Yard investigation into false VIP sex abuse allegations is to face an investigation for gross misconduct. The Mail reports. Steve Rodhouse, a former Deputy Assistant Commissioner of the Metropolitan Police who now serves as Deputy Head of the National Crime Agency, ran an operation that probed invented claims that MPs and generals abused and murdered children. The operation was largely based on claims made by Carl Beech, who was jailed in 2019 for making false allegations. The Mail says the development has plunged Britain's biggest police force into yet another crisis. Additionally, according to the Metro, an internet influencer who engaged in a terrifying stalking campaign against England footballer Mason Mount has admitted to doing so. In order to continue phoning Mount after he requested her to stop messaging him and blocked her number, model Orla Sloan, 22, allegedly changed her phone number 21 times. Sloan also admitted to bullying Ben Chilwell and Billy Gilmer, 2 of Mount's Chelsea colleagues.